To halt Milim's chaotic rampage, I executed a spatial transportation spell, transporting us to the old Eurasinia region. Directly approaching the ice-covered area controlled by Velzard was impossible due to poor visibility, so we stopped a short distance away and proceeded cautiously. We anticipated a clash between Milim and Velzard, but my assumptions turned out to be terribly wrong. "Oh, you're earlier than I expected. But it's too late now. Milim, use your power to destroy the sacred tree." Not only Milim and Velzard, but Feldway was also present. He appeared drastically different from what I remembered, almost unrecognizable as Feldway. His commanding presence was overwhelming to the point where I doubted my chances in a serious fight. Strangely, he was arrogantly giving orders to Milim. I questioned if this was the real Stampede Milim, all the while sensing a power that sent shivers down my spine. Demon Lord Milim, an embodiment of absolute destruction, truly lived up to the title of Destroyer. Why was someone like Milim taking orders from another? What in the world was happening? The Regalia Dominion is an ability of the ultimate skill Justice King Michael. It appears Feldway has managed to control Milim. Wait, what? So, not only is Milim on a rampage, but she's also being manipulated by Feldway. This is beyond a worst-case scenario. Fortunately, it seems he doesn't have full control. Although Feldway granted Milim control over the entire calculation domain, he can only issue simple commands. Even that's too much. I'm just relieved he didn't order her to kill me. Feldway didn't seem pleased with our arrival and had no intention of fighting here. He ignored us, gave orders to Milim, and departed. Because Milim's control is unstable, he may be inflexible, or perhaps he prioritizes destroying the sacred tree. Does this mean Feldway can't revoke an order once given? It's quite possible. The idea of a determined Milim trying to kill me is terrifying. I should be grateful it's not the case, but I never expected this situation. This is completely unexpected. The fact that she went out of control means she must have lost her ability to resist. If we let Milim run wild, the world is in danger of collapsing. But trying to use Regalia Dominion to remove that threat is a risky gamble. Sealsand's strategy seems uncertain at best, maybe even reckless. If that's the case, worrying about it is pointless. What's more pressing is understanding the significance of the sacred tree that Feldway made Milim target. It's a divine tree that safeguards the capital of the sorcerer's dynasty of Saurian. This tree is large enough to hold an entire city and plays a role in stabilizing the world's magicules and preventing natural disasters. Sealsand's response was informative, but I couldn't ignore what was at stake. While I'd never been to Saurian, picturing the capital within a tree, it was clear that its destruction would be catastrophic. We must stop them, no matter what. If that's impossible, if nothing else, we must buy time to evacuate the residents. Otherwise, it'll undoubtedly be a disaster. Sounds like quite the predicament. Any complaints? No, none. I apologize. That Feldway, he's as cunning as ever. I'm starting to wonder if letting you bring me along was a wise decision. Guy took the lead with Velzard. I tried to follow Milim after informing Eltan, but I couldn't reach her on her cell phone. Something felt wrong, as if she were preoccupied. I had no choice but to catch up with Milim while contacting Benimaru. As I established a telepathy net connection with Benimaru, I desperately tried to get Milim's attention by launching attacks. However, Milim remained unresponsive, even to my powerful but non-lethal strikes. She roared, unleashing a mysterious force. It seemed her voice's vibrations interfered with molecular bonds, causing devastation. I narrowly escaped, but it left a riverbed dry. Engaging Milim recklessly was perilous. As I contemplated our options, I connected with Benimaru through telepathy. Though the odds are low, I've devised a plan. There was no time for hesitation. We were rapidly approaching Saurian, flying dozens of times faster than sound. Despite the plan's uncertain success, I had to trust Sealsand and give it everything we had. Once again, I briefed Benimaru on the situation and instructed him to execute the operation despite my doubts. Saurian's sorcerer's dynasty was facing an unprecedented crisis. Emperor Elmesia, seemingly unaffected, asked her mother Sylvia a casual question. Do you think Rimukai will come? No, it's not possible. Demon Lord Milim has gone berserk, and Guy, the Demon Lord, is on his way to stop her. It seems Frost Dragon Velzard was the cause, and Guy got involved. The capital of Saurian, embraced by the sacred tree, had turned into a hellish battleground due to Jahal's onslaught. Besides Jahal, a man calling himself 3-star Commander Zalerio added to the chaos. The sacred tree's defenses are maxed out, but it's still not enough. The Magus, Saurian's elite knight group, was doing everything they could, but they were falling one by one. Elmesia hoped that at least they hadn't been destroyed yet. Saurian took pride in its Magus, also known as Pure Blood Knights, a group numbering around 300. I didn't know we had so many magus. I've been working on expanding our numbers. Rimukai's elemental colossus development is proceeding, so our advantage won't last long. In that case, they might propose a joint development. Well, that's likely. Rimukai is sensible, and we all agree that we can't let our dangerous forces spread freely. So, they'll probably distribute them while limiting the number in use. Sylvia and Elmesia, the mother-daughter duo, were the most potent force in Saurian. They had been summoned back by the elders. You mustn't, Your Majesty. Sylvia-sama, please be cautious. It's as he says. Regardless of the odds, we're facing a formidable opponent this time. It's absolutely out of the question. To be honest, running away alone isn't in our nature. I concur with Mama. I don't want Rimukai to mock me later, so I'll do my best. Your Majesty, one of the elders expressed his despair. A long time ago, he had sent Saurian into battle, a decision he deeply regretted. He had vowed never to make such a mistake again. But now he was trying his best to protect Elmesia. However, Elmesia maintained her royal composure and questioned. Who am I? You are Her Majesty the Emperor. Is there anyone who will stand in my way? The minister lamented internally, thinking that wielding power at a time like this was cowardly. However, he understood that this was Elmesia's way of life, and there was nothing he could do to stop her now. Your Majesty, Elalud-chan, Elen-chan will be safeguarded by Rimukai. Please look after everyone. I, too, will accompany Your Majesty. That would be a hindrance. While Elalud-chan is a leader among the Magus, he would only die in vain. Elise Grimwald, Elmesia's grandmother and Elalud's mother, supported this decision. In her role as the head of the 13 royal families, she ordered Elalud, the Archduke. Refrain, Elalud. Listen to the other kings. Don't be selfish. Follow Her Majesty's will. Elalud tried to argue but was silenced by Elise's stern gaze. It was the first time Elalud had ever seen his mother this angry. If it weren't for Elise-sama, you'd have been detained. Let it go. Sylvia has been in seclusion since your older brother, that rascal Saurian, disappeared. It's no surprise you don't know how terrifying she can be. She's even scarier than Her Majesty. Yes, even if we all united, we couldn't match her. It's best to obey her orders and make a run for it. In Saurian, it was an unspoken rule never to say that Saurian was dead. No one wanted to incur Sylvia's wrath, so they avoided mentioning it. Thus, everyone resigned themselves to their fate, once again relying on Sylvia and Elmesia for their survival. Sylvia and Elmesia returned to the battlefield, bearing the wishes of their people, and their actions would pave the way for hope in the future.
Notice, I have compiled the current state of affairs as concisely as possible. Beginning playback.
I would like to shout out to my top Patreon followers, Gerald Gonzalez, Quest, Cheesebean, Carito, Jason Torres, and Edward Balestream, and also for the top commenter of the week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below.